You're watching the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. Now here's your hosts, Tom, Nick, Ryan, and Dave. It's you, it's me, it's NRD. It's you, it's me, it's NRD. Uh-huh. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is TND. Welcome to episode 141 of the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. Before we go any further, please make sure, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, like the video, share it with your friends, and let them know that you are a nerd. And something big that happened this past Wednesday at Arthur Ashe Stadium was, of course, All Elite Wrestling Grand Slam. This shirt, though, is from last year's Grand Slam, right? I think. Yes. It is. I did not go this year. Tom, are you okay? Tom's in shock. I didn't go to Grand Slam.
The Royal Wi-Fi is down.
The Royal
Just
Wi-Fi.
kidding, I'm here.
Rocking the side ponytail.
Sometimes.
You did.
Like my side pony.
I love it. But so, yeah, I did not go to Grand Slam this year. The Magnificent One and I have gone down, made the trek down to Queens the last 2 years. But we chose not to this year. And without giving too much away on what happened at Grand Slam, didn't feel like a big show. I thought that Eddie Kingston and Claudio should have main evented. But more so, and I've seen this throughout on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, but a lot of people saying that they've skipped over going to Grand Slam just because the nostalgia or the rarity of it has kind of worn off. Same thing happened with SummerSlam when it was, I think it was like 2016 to 2019 or something like that. They had SummerSlam at Barclays 4 years in a row. I went to the first two and skipped it after that because I was like, I've seen this. People are worn out. And so I would strongly suggest that AEW needs to find their hotbeds. It's okay to go to Chicago and New York and Jacksonville. It's okay to do those venues once, twice a year, but don't do the same show every year. How awesome would it be to have All In or All Out at Arthur Ashe Stadium or Full Gear? Give me something different. I need something unique. I could go to WrestleMania every year, but you know what? At least that's in a different city, so it's not feeling stale after a while. Your guys' thoughts on Grand Slam?
It was fine. I don't have any complaints. Mox, I think, is hurt.
Yep.
I think he got hurt before the match. I think he got hurt during the match. I saw a slow-mo of that pile driver at the end. It looks like he totally crushed his skull. Well, Phoenix crushed his skull.
Yep. Did it first, brother.
So, yeah, I don't think Phoenix was supposed to win that title.
It looked like he was didn't kick out. The ref just had to finish the count.
He did not kick out at all, and the crowd was
that's what basically refs have to do. I mean, it's what they're trained to do. If the person doesn't kick out,
yeah, call it like a shoot.
So I hate to say, I'm glad that Mox is gonna get time off.
Yeah, can that man please get a vacation?
That man really do it? No, he needs 4 months of just he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But that was crazy. That was a weird match to watch. The rest of the event was fine. Samoa or who is it? Eddie and Claudio was great. Yep. And then it was I don't know.
Saraya and Tony Storm.
That match was fine. Yep. I thought Tony was gonna win. I was hoping Tony was gonna win. I love her new character, and I think that she's just crushing it. After that was what was next?
I don't know. I was kind of in and out. We were stuffing save the dates.
I was falling asleep.
Wedding, so.
But regardless, it was fine. MJF versus Samoa Joe was fine. I like that MJF is the most over wrestler right now. And I said in our Patreon group chat, how did that happen? Right? It just happened. And
he's the top babyface and the top heel.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I posed the question with the thought of, I have my answer. Who else is like that? Who's else right now has that same level of charisma, that same level of je ne sais quoi, that MJF has, and my only answer is Rollins. Rollins is the only other person that could get the crowd. Rollins doesn't have to fucking say anything, and he has the crowd in his hands.
Yep. I was
And
going
I
to say comparatively close, kind of Samoa Joe, because he's one of those. He's such a bad guy, but he's so loved at the same time. Like people enjoy seeing this head of the table tribal chief. Maybe it's run its course a little bit, but like at the same time, people have enjoyed it to an extent. It was like, oh, he's such a bad guy, but he's so good at being a bad guy. I want to cheer him.
You said Samoa Joe. Do you mean Roman Reigns?
Did I? Well, the Samoan Joe Anoa'i.
Okay. I love your casual racism, Dave.
He is a Samoan named Joe.
They're not all the same. I thought Grand Slam was fine. It definitely didn't feel like a Grand Slam to me. It felt more like a triple. I don't know, baseball terms.
That was good.
It was good, right? Yeah.
Well, it's called Grand Slam because Arthur Ashe is home of the last leg of the tennis Grand Slam.
It felt more like a 30 Love.
I would assume that is why, but
yeah, it was fine. I want to just tiptoe to this real quick. It's currently Wednesday night, the 20th.
So we don't know what's happened on Rampage, folks. That could have been a wild show. Rampage,
but I will know firsthand, I think, what happens on Collision because it's in Grand Rapids, and they are like giving tickets away. There is a lot of seats open. Floor seats opened up at $20 now. Some of the like first level seats are buy one get one free. I don't know what's going on. I will be surprised to see what how they televise this.
It's in Grand Rapids, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I've been to WWE events that also were undersold like this. Not quite as undersold, but like not to where they were like giving tickets away. How they are, but like the map on Ticketmaster was the same. So I'll be curious to see how they do this. Because I don't think it's like an AEW fault because it's also happened to WWE here. Mm-hmm. I think it's just both companies aren't getting the area excited.
Yep.
Like I just found out what's happening on it. I don't watch Collision. Collision's the most underwatched show that they have, I think. So like I don't even know who's going to be there. But I heard there's a Texas death match in Grand Rapids, Michigan, so that's something.
Harold versus Gerald. First time, last time.
It's like when they did like the beach blast live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and it was like February. And I'm like,
because when I think of the great beaches in this country, I think of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, folks.
I mean, jeez, right?
Have you seen the beaches in North Dakota?
I'm excited to go. I think my buddy Jeremiah is going to come with me. I'm waiting to hear back from him.
From buy one get one free, why not?
Well, I mean, even if he doesn't, I'm going to go and get floor seats and sit by myself.
Nick, by the way, you want to like scooch to your right? I was gonna say falling off the couch.
I'm not. I'm so just talking to you guys. I'm not even paying attention to my picture. I'm just enthralled in the conversation.
Speaking of falling off the couch, can I segue us again?
Sure.
You know what made me fall off the couch this week?
What?
Huh?
The new Diamond Dallas Page micro brawler.
Whoa! It's a DDP.
Whoa!
Retro.
Yeah, that thing looks good.
Love my yoga.
One.
You know who I bet is going to grab a DDP brawler?
DDJ.
Buff Bagwell.
Oh, Buff Bagwell.
Rick Steiner might as well, but you know.
Still waiting on that brawler buff.
Still waiting.
Still waiting on that, man.
That train's never late.
It's gonna be in the major crate. I swear. I'm gonna be That's how Cardona gets one over on us. And it's just like a letter that says, Dear Tom, Nick, and Dave, fuck off. We got him. I have been bypassing a lot of pre-orders for Brawlers because I think I want to get out of the game completely.
Whoa, breaking news.
Stop collecting, get rid of everything I can. But like in the meantime, I feel like I need to buy DDP because I didn't buy Saraya because that looked terrible. I didn't buy Will Ospreay because I forgot. I didn't buy Meng because I forgot. I didn't buy Black Machismo because I don't want it. I don't know what else I'm missing, but like I think I need to buy DDP. I think that's just I was never a DDP guy. I just think that that's such a good looking brawler.
You mean the star of Ready to Rumble, Diamond Dallas
Yeah.
Page? I mean, come on.
So that's like legit my favorite thing he's ever done.
Yeah.
I was hoping for upside down diamond cutter variant. That's what I was going for. That's a Ready for Rumble joke for anybody.
A diamond upside down is up.
It's a good looking brawler.
It's a great looking brawler.
Diamond. Are you talking about a vagina?
Yes.
No.
Thank you. Go.
You guys.
It's a Ouija board thing.
You guys.
One thing I did notice, like, I guess you gotta like really zoom in because I was curious, like, so they have the hands out, and I was curious if like maybe it would be a little 3D and like there would be a space between the shirt. I don't think so, given how the design is.
It looks
on
like
the-
if it's like
yeah, so the
Inception
hands will
kind
kind of be
It's like-
imprinted on the chest.
I think
I don't
it's
know,
going to be
maybe-
hands very similar to these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
something like
Something like
that.
that.
That makes sense. So
So they're
I'm pumped.
sculpted, but
I'm like Tom. I only collect retro. I'm like very, very, very selective with what I get now. The last one I got was Ming. I said before we started this, but I have a whole WCW section right here. Like a whole nail polish rack of nothing but WCW. And this is going to be like a front boy of the collection because I'm
Exciting.
pumped.
it is
Pumped for this
exciting. Now if I can segue. Now DDP is a great wrestler, but in the year of 2023, going from June 2022 to June 2023, DDP did not have a single match. So therefore, he is ineligible to be on the PWI 500, which is wrong. The PWI 500 is wrong this year. They're not even close. They've got so many things wrong on this list. So the top three, actually, we'll give you the top 10 really quick. Let me bring the list up here. So the top 10 in order. Number 10 is Cody.
One.
Shut up.
No.
Shane
didn't wrestle
McMahon's
enough
quads
matches,
are
yeah.
not even on the 500.
He didn't qualify because of his
So
greatness.
number 10 is Cody Rhodes. Number 9 is Josh Alexander. 8 is Orange Cassidy. 7, Kazuchika Okada. Number 6 is MJF. Number 5 is El Hijo del Vikingo. Number 4 is Gunther. Number 3, John Moxley. Number 2, Roman Reigns. And number 1, Seth frickin' Rollins. Masha Slamovich comes in at number 15. That's the highest a woman has ever been ranked in the PWI 500. So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out just because I knew that was a fact.
I don't know who that is.
She is with Impact. She's one half of the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
I should probably know that.
You probably should.
Just a couple more interesting facts about the PWI 500 and their history. As of 2023, LA Park has been ranked in the most editions of the PWI 500 with 30 appearances.
Nice. I would have never guessed that.
Yep. John Cena and Seth Rollins have the most appearance at number 1 with 3 each. John Cena has the most appearances in the top 10 with 13. And in 1993, Miss Texas, a.k.a. Jacqueline Moore, Miss Jackie, or Jacqueline, became the first woman to be ranked in the list at number 249. And since 2008, men and women have both had separate lists. But yeah. So if I had to ask you guys, who is your legitimate, not Shane McMahon, number 1 wrestler? Now, keep in mind, folks, this list goes from mid-June of 2022 to mid-June of 2023. So anything that's happened over the last 3 months is mute. So who would you guys say is your number 1?
I can answer that right away. It's MJF. MJF is the best wrestler of the year. Had the biggest year of any wrestler, I think. I mean, I guess you could say Roman maybe, but Roman has been doing the same thing.
Okay. Tom, how about you?
MJF.
I don't know if I could come up with 2 that I think it makes sense. And this might sound like a cop-out. I agree with Nick. MJF had the year of years. I'm not mad about Rollins getting number 1.
I'm not mad with him being up there, but continue, Tom.
Yeah, I'm the way he controls the crowd the way he doesn't need to win. The entire persona, I think, has changed the landscape of WWE for me. Of like, yes, we're back to wrestlers having fun. We're back to flashy, flamboyant, over the top gear that doesn't make sense. Where we can do this, and the whole crowd does the thing. I'm very impressed with Rollins's gear. I would say Rollins MJF. I'd be fine with both, either or being number one. Yeah, I think that's the most serious answer I can give.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with both of you, although I do think MJF was worthy of being a top 3. So before I give mine, this may have a slight indication on why they didn't go with him. But so the following is a criteria that includes win-loss record, championships won, quality of competition, major feuds, and prominence within a wrestler's promotion and overall wrestling ability. So if I go back to the list, he came in at number 22. My number 1 is Sami Zayn. Because if you think of where Sami Zayn went from June of last year to June of this year, he has been arguably the most consistent presence on the biggest wrestling company in North America.
100% agree.
He main evented night 1 of WrestleMania and made you feel, and I'll say this, as you get older as a wrestling fan, it is tougher to feel genuine, invested emotion. When Roman and the Usos and Solo beat down Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at the Royal Rumble, and then the match they had in Montreal at Elimination Chamber, and the match they had at WrestleMania Night 1, you had people legitimately thinking he should be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns over Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
What number did he come in at?
22.
22.
So let me show you. Let me tell you.
What was he the year before? What was he last year's PWI?
Probably not even close, because that would have been the protester gimmick, the match with Johnny Knoxville. So let's see.
All
right. So hold on. I'm gonna say something, and I don't want to say it. Dave?
Yes?
You're right.
Boom.
They're honest, like, I didn't even think of that, because since June, Sammy's really not done like as big of stuff. Yep. It's hard with like figuring out months of what they did for me. Mm-hmm. You are 100% correct. Sami Zayn needs to, at the very least, top 5.
Yep.
I'm mad about it now.
How do you think I felt? I was like, he's not even in the top 10. What? So Sami Zayn in 2022 was 84.
That's a decent jump, but
it looks like since 2006 when he made his first appearance, this is the highest he's ever been. In 2015 he was number 23. I think that was his NXT run as the champion. But yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and I'd have to look specifically to see like when he started to acknowledge the tribal chief and join the bloodline. Maybe it was a little later, so it kind of kicked off. Like I said, it takes the win-loss record into account, so maybe that had something to do with it. But if you're going off win-loss record, Roman Reigns only wrestled like
twice,
10 times. So, and also depending on when the cutoff is, he wasn't pinned in that time. So if we're going off pure win-loss record, he should be number 1 then, instead of Seth Rollins. But so I'm like, obviously the win-loss record, you're assuming Sammy took some pins for the bloodline in those feuds and whatnot. So because I feel like Sammy
carried WWE through that though. Like, people were getting real tired of the bloodline thing.
Yeah.
And then you introduce Sammy Uso.
I want to say he came in September, because I don't think he was there for Clash at the Castle. Like, Roman had to do that alone because the Usos weren't allowed in the country. That's when they brought Solo in. But like, And you even think of Sammy having that big main event match for the tag titles against Roman and Solo in Saudi Arabia, and what emotion that invoked. Like, and Sammy having to prove himself and beating Kevin Owens
They
in
literally
War
did a fucking
Games.
documentary about him.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like, I think Sami Zayn not being number one, at least not in the top 5, is an absolute travesty.
Honestly,
Like,
yeah.
I know we talked about, I don't even know if this is the kind of research we do on this show. I think we said Tetsuya Naito is not even in the top 500.
Naito did not make it.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, like, he won the G1 this past summer, right? I'm assuming the G1 started after.
That ended after June.
Because that's also the biggest problem I have with this list is they wait until September to release it. So now we all think about, like, oh, what about the last 3 months? And that's not included. That's in next year's rankings.
It must be a monumental task. You think that when they do this, they lay out all the pictures in a row in somebody's garage and run back and forth. Oh, this guy, can you just imagine, like, just the Undertaker?
Bill Apter can't hold my micro brawler nail polish rack.
We tried to rank things, and it wasn't up to 500, and it's not an easy task.
Because they're doing a lot of research. We're just looking at something going,
oh,
that's nice.
I like this one.
This is nice.
Look at these
but
colors.
Not as nice as this one.
Like, they're breaking out. Like I said, yeah, they're going on to cage side or wrestling side seats, whatever the hell the site is, looking at wrestlers and breaking all this down. So I get it is a tough task, especially to rank 500 wrestlers. Like, you would assume everybody that, like, every big name that is a big name should be on the list. You know, like, Naito should be on the list.
If you input all the information, I'm sure, like, AI could probably do it in, like, seconds now, though.
That's
like
true.
how crazy things is.
Yeah.
But back to just Sami Zayn really quick. I just want to put the people that are between him and the top 10. So at number 21 is Kevin Owens, who, okay, I get, kind of was parallel, but I would even put Owens higher as well. Number 20 is Trey Miguel, who had a good run in Impact. Bobby Lashley is number 19. Alexander Hammerstone is number 18. Granted, I don't watch MLW. DDJ could fill us in on.
He was like the champion, though. That
I believe
sense.
so. Will Ospreay is number 17.
That's the top 10 right there. How did Will Ospreay not make the top 10 this year?
Number 16, Bryan Danielson. I guarantee you, if I don't know, when was Forbidden Door? That was like the first week, or no, that was late June. So that probably missed the door. So you couldn't include Ospreay Omega 2 in there. Bryan Danielson is 16. Like I said earlier, Masha Slamovich is 15. Samoa Joe is 14. Carmelo Hayes, current NXT champion, is 13. Claudio Castagnoli, number 12. And the current IWGP champion, Sonata, at number 11.
Sonata should not be 11.
No, I'm sorry.
It's the most lackluster IWGP title reign ever.
Yeah.
I have barely watched New Japan. Like, barely. I still pay for it, but I'm only watching it on Twitter at this point, of just to get the recaps. And this dude Wrestling Colin does really good updates when big things happen. Sonata should not be 11. He shouldn't even be top 20. This list is who is this? Is this Meltzer in them?
No. This is Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Isn't that Meltzer?
This is like Bill Apter, whatnot.
I don't know what that is.
Bill Apter is a wrestling journalist as well.
Oh, he's like old school, but I'm sure it's like I think it's like a whole bunch of different people that like.
Yeah, I've heard like how they sit down and do this. Like, it's basically like, well, what do you think about this? Well, I think this, and whatever. I think that they screwed up, and I want my money back.
Jake Lee is number 23. I've never heard of this guy.
What is Jake Lee?
Pro Wrestling Noah, he's in. But I mean, now, granted, I said the same thing about El Hijo del Vikingo last year being in the top 10. Had no idea who he was, and I watched him. I was like, oh, okay.
Jake Lee coming through the Dynamite. Tony Khan's going to be like getting all these guys.
But yeah, so I saw Sami Zayn at 2022, and I was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? So, and I just think that window when you rank this, it is just, he's there. It's him. So I'm very frustrated about that. So let us know your thoughts and frustrations with PWI 500. Obviously, it's not one of those things you can really put much stock into. At least WWE, I don't believe, has ever acknowledged it on television. Whereas I'm sure if I think Roman Reigns was number one last year. But I feel like if AEW had their guy be number one, again, they might have, and I'm just not realizing it. I'm sure they would acknowledge it on television.
Yeah.
But, it's not something you'd hold much stock into. I remember Cardona last year because he was on the cover because they showed like the top 15. Matt Cardona, who slid down the ranks after another great year to 31, I believe we said.
And again, not a big Cardona guy. That dude had the year of years again. Like,
yeah, like
no
they put Drew McIntyre over Cardona. Get out of here.
No,
he won the Oceanic Championship on the Chris Jericho cruise. That's
exactly.
Here's the thing. Like, again, like Matt Cardona, your buddy, said some mean things about me, I guess. But like, I am not a big Cardona guy. And I am 100% behind everything this dude's doing in wrestling because he is doing it. No one's doing it for him. He's putting in the work. He's putting in the miles and the hours and the time and all this stuff. And like, I don't know. He's made independent wrestling a staple again. And his work in GCW has been phenomenal. His work with Steph DeLander has been incredible. I don't want to have the job of like doing this ranking because it sucks, but like,
would you like to guess where Brian Myers is on the PWI 500 this year?
I already looked. That's pretty far down.
I'd like you to pick a number. Pick a number between 1 and 500, Tom.
386.
No, lower.
Better lower?
Low. What?
Like a better lower?
It's a better position in terms of being good, not how like better for Tom because that's that guy.
225.
Wow, close. Very close. 221 is friend of the show, Brian Myers.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny if he was 104.
200 spots too low. He needs to. I hate Brian Myers.
Oh, you know what I need to see? Who is the Mr. Irrelevant of the PWI 500?
Always people I've never heard of.
Wow. One of my personal favorites from NXT, number 500, Mr. Irrelevant on this year's PWI 500, Andre Chase from Chase U.
Oh, jeez. Who's number 69?
Oh, good call.
You know, like sex.
Like sex. Number 69. Oh, it's Daniel Garcia, baby.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That was on purpose. That was on purpose. Now, who's number 420? Like weed.
I'm about to be like, what for all of our palm tree people?
Oh man,
it's got to be RVD, right?
Danny DeMonto.
Danny DeMonto.
You actually know who that is?
No,
I know Danny DeMonto is. He was like back in like Hasbro era, like no, WWE.
That's Damian Demento.
Damian Demento, Danny DeMonto, same thing. Whatever. It's the same guy.
I thought the same thing when I read it too.
It's the same guy.
It's the same guy. Don't worry about
it. Yeah.
Oh man. Damian Any other numbers you need me to rattle off for you, Tom? Pete
what
Phoenix at 426.
444.
444. Little Mean Kathleen.
Yeah, Little Mean Kathleen. A lot of women on the list. I didn't know they put like. Do these women fight men to make the list, or is it just like?
I don't know how they do this. Because, like, I know they do a separate women's list, but
yeah, I'm curious.
I guess like this is. So you know what? I'm curious.
Maybe Mean Kathleen is a man though. Maybe I'm like assuming.
No. Little Mean Kathleen is a female because I'm like she's appeared for Northeast Wrestling a few times.
Where is like Becky Lynch and Charlotte and like all these people? If like she's making it, why are like these?
let's just trying to go through the list. Wheeler Yuta at 63. Damian Priest at 71.
That's about right.
Eddie Kingston at 77.
That's shocking.
Trish Adora is at 82. I don't know who that is.
Good old Trish Adora.
I've heard her name.
Billy Starks is 96.
I've heard of Billy Starks.
Isn't she
Billy
like the
Starks-
18-year-old?
She had a good
He's
year.
like really young, right?
She just graduated high school. She had like 8 championships or something. Like she had a good year in the Indies.
Because she's like the girl. She like went to prom holding all of her titles, didn't she? Isn't there like some
Yeah,
shot
that's
like
brilliant.
that?
That's brilliant.
Ultima Dragon style, just rolling up in there.
I'm just trying to see if
I'm curious. I want to figure out like why women are on this one and not just on the women's one.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know
Like,
why.
obviously, who would be the top 3 women besides 3
This
men?
year,
Becky.
June to June, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley,
Rhea Ripley for sure.
Bianca Belair.
Yeah, that seems like that would make the most sense.
You know,
I'm trying to think of Britt Baker maybe, but Britt Baker hasn't done that much, I guess.
She
hasn't.
Britt
Yeah,
didn't have
she,
a good year.
no. Maybe Jamie Hayter, but I feel like they've hot potatoed that title around.
She
Nobody
got
can have like
hurt.
a
She didn't get
substantial.
hurt.
If
Didn't
Jamie
she
had-
get hurt?
Yeah, but she got. I feel like she was she around for Double or Nothing?
I don't know. Tony Storm will have
No.
a good ranking too.
Yep. So I'm assuming because I believe Masha Slamovich has wrestled men.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
So I'm
intergender
assuming
stuff,
you
maybe.
have to do intergender matches to qualify. But yeah, if you know, please let us know in the comments section below. Of course, like I said, let us know your gripes with this list, who you think should be number 1, if not Sami Zayn or Seth Rollins. Who? Let us know who are your notable snubs. What are your thoughts on the PWI 500? What are your thoughts of Grand Slam? We're filming this before Rampage has aired or Collision, so let us know if you saw Tom on TV or what you thought of the shows. ProWrestlingTees.com/The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, and that's nerd spelled NRD.
Rank us.
Yes,
The NRD
rank us.
3.
Who's your favorite nerd?
The
1 through
NRD
3,
3.
and why am I last? Also, folks, I don't know if you've seen the Facebook post we put on our social media last week and across other groups. I have several, like 20 plus, never before worn Pro Wrestling Crate and All Elite Crate t-shirts, $15 shipped to you in the United States. So let me know if you're interested in any of those. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/WNRDB. Support the show for as little as $1 a month. Shout out to our friends who have done that. And of course, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, WNRDB. And of course, right here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it so much. So until next time, on behalf of myself, the voice of the future king, I will find out who screwed me at All In. I haven't forgot the founding father, bang, Mr. Nick Carpenter. And of course, His Royal Says Highness, Mr. Tom says hi, Sasso. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.